Welcome back to the Catch Fitness 20-Week Challenge Awards. Tonight we announce the winners of two more categories, the Early Starters category and the Rocking Recovery category. And we announce the champions of our solo challenges. First up, our Early Starters category. This category was for entrants who wanted to get going early on their health and fitness journey. Essentially, it allowed entrants to start on their goals any time from mid-January onwards, and then to submit to us the details about what they achieved in that pre-challenge period and before the official start date in May. In essence, it was a challenge before the challenge. During this pre-challenge time, Sally Banks lost 1.5 kilograms in weight and was able to do 15 more sit-ups with a 3 kilogram ball. Stephanie improved her sit and reach flexibility by 12.1 centimetres, and during this time her shoulder rotation improved by 11.6 centimetres. Chris ended up jumping 2.5 times higher at the end of her Early Starters challenge. Perry went from being able to do a 1 kilometre run in 7 minutes 30 to being able to run it in just 5 minutes 11. Amy set about doing a bunch of adventures and signed up for her first 10 kilometre race. Lisa's 1 kilometre run time went from 6 minutes 27 to just 5 minutes 32. Vanessa went from doing 1 press up to 20. And Kate completed the 6 kilometre City to Surf walk. Rachel lost 10 kilograms in the lead up to this year's official challenge. And Hannah ran 5 kilometres for the first time and did her first full push-up. Congratulations to Vanessa. We don't have a picture just of Vanessa, so I thought we'd show you some group clips of her fellow entrants training. First up, we do need to set the stage for you all around this Early Starter Challenge. We actually give zero support and there is zero obligations around these entrants seeing a personal trainer. We literally just give them a start date and a finish date. So it was really fortuitous for Vanessa that her personal trainer, Kate Lugtiguide, runs a 100-day challenge at the start of each year before our challenge officially starts. Vanessa said that before doing Kate's 100-day challenge, she wasn't active at all, and she was so proud of herself to have completed that challenge 100%. Some of her stellar early starter results for the purposes of our challenge include going from 50 squats in 2 minutes to doing 99 squat jumps in 2 minutes. Her 1 kilometre run time went from 8 minutes 58 to just 7 minutes, even with a short stop tossed in to help another runner. And she went from doing 1 press up to 20. We should add also that Vanessa works full time and has 2 kids who are at an age where they still need their mum. And she did really well in the official 20-week challenge proper as well. Vanessa told us in her report, "I believe that I am fitter now than I have ever been. It took a lot of encouragement for me to run the 10 kilometres, and by achieving this, I now believe that I can achieve whatever I set my mind to. This has given me motivation to set new goals after the challenge and to keep going. I've already entered my next 10K event as well. This for me will be an ongoing lifestyle change. The level of fitness I have gained has made a massive difference to how I feel every day." When describing her trainer, Kate Lugtiguide, she said, "She's an extremely positive person. She never puts you down or gives any negativity for not being able to do something. She gives you constant encouragement. She has created a family environment where you feel safe to be yourself and are never judged by anyone else who trains with you. She believes in you, and in turn you end up believing in yourself." Our second winner also did the 100-day challenge, and in so doing lost 7.5 kilograms and removed 11 centimetres off his belly button measurement before our challenge even started. His 1 kilometre run time improved from 7 minutes 30 to 5 minutes 11, and his beat test improved from 3.7 to 5.4. His 2-minute squat jumps went from 28 to 54, and he went from doing 14 full press-ups to 26. Perry told us it was great to build a level of fitness up basically from nothing, to be able to begin to contemplate harder challenges faced in the 20 weeks that followed. And now to the Rocking the Recovery category. This category is all about helping injured people return to a happy state of mind and a level of movement that makes them feel healthy and good. It's a very difficult one to judge though, comparing one person's injury to another. This year, a number of our entrants in this category also asked not to have their stories told, and others asked not to be publicly identified. Some we weren't too sure about, as they had skipped a few questions in the online report. So what we're going to do is play it safe and acknowledge their efforts now without naming them individually, other than our 2 winners. Congratulations first to Emma, who told us, "My recovery goal was to gain back the mobility and strength in my legs that I had at the beginning of the year." Essentially, Emma underwent 2 injuries. The first when she damaged her knee during a netball game pre-20-week challenge, and then months later, after lots of strengthening and rehab work, she underwent surgery on that knee. And indeed, she is still now on the journey of recovery from that latest surgery. Her initial rehab, which she did for most of the 20-week challenge, included on a weekly basis doing physio sessions, PT strengthening sessions, yoga, biking, and the occasional swimming lessons. In mid-August, she underwent her surgery. We wish you all the best, no excuses Emma, on the rest of your journey of recovery. We have no doubt that you'll get there. Our other winner in this category is Roger. Congratulations, Roger, who did lots of physio and lots of one-legged exercises at the gym after being told by his surgeon he'd likely never be able to jump or run again. Lucky for Roger, he is now jumping again to a height of 93 centimetres, and he's also jogging. You might be thinking that we only had entrants with knee injuries in this category, but we should point out that we had some half a dozen women recovering from pelvic floor surgery and some who were desperately trying to avoid surgery. If you're unfamiliar with the problem, know that it can deter people from doing most physical activity, especially anything to do with running or jumping. Virtually all these entrants sought out the assistance of a specialist physio and made improvements. Interestingly, around 40% of entrants actually come in with an injury, but most excitingly, around 75% of those 40% improve over the course of the challenge. In the future, we actually hope to have an injury prevention category planned, and we're just waiting for technology to catch up with the idea, but we think we might have something in place for the 2018 challenge. It's going to be an incredible game changer, I believe, so watch this space. Each year there are 3 solo challenges on offer for individuals to have a go at if they want to. It's not a category as such, and it's never had a winner. But this year, for the first time, we decided to announce some of those entrants who had a go at these 3 solo challenges as champions, and also to be regarded now as finalists, and one of them is the champion winner of the solo challenges. Our first solo challenge was the 4x4, which involved trying 4 new foods and 4 new activities in the month of June. The aim of all this was to help entrants exercise their change muscles, both physically and mentally, and as a fringe benefit, maybe find a new activity to love. What we also liked about this one is that it makes it harder and harder for the return entrants. All in all, like its name says, we like to think it helps set all the entrants up for a go anywhere, do anything, all-terrain approach to life. One of the most interesting 4x4 journeys included Cheryl's Going Wild theme, which saw her flavour all her activities with a bit of New Zealand wilderness, including beach fishing and eel fishing and eating eels and chocolate-coated crickets. From what I can see, about 80 entrants joined in on this fun 4x4 challenge this year, having their first ever go at all sorts of things from boxing to burlesque, Latin dancing, climbing, roller disco, archery, horse riding, high ropes courses, yoga classes, meditation, tennis, squash, orienteering, caving, and a whole bunch of other stuff. The second of our solo challenges, Try July, required entrants to do an Ironman distance. That's 3.86 kilometres of swimming, 180.25 kilometres of cycling, and 42.2 kilometres of walking or running. And we needed them to do it all in just 1 month. Some other indoor options were made available if people were unable to do some of the standard distances by the standard medium. As an example, if they were 20 kilometres more away from a swimming pool, we allowed them to do that distance and a bit more on an indoor rower. So many of the entrants told us something along the lines of, "I never thought I'd be able to do it," and it was the highlight achievement for me. Try July is a chance to leave the excuses at the door and for entrants to do what they can with what they have. And we highly commend all of those who borrowed bikes and formed teams knowing they might struggle to do it solo, or who were crazily doing long stints on the last day to get their distances in by midnight. And all of those who didn't finish by the deadline, but then who still gave it a go and finished it off in the days following. The challenge was as much about the benefits of doing small amounts of exercise often to reach a big, awesome goal, as it was about stepping up and following through. Special thanks also goes to a lady called Laura Joyce, who instigated the Try July challenge years ago when she was a 20-week challenge entrant, and it's stayed with us ever since. Thanks, Laura. One of the aims with the sprint was to help entrants stay active for the final 4 to 6 weeks of the challenge, or as the case may be, pick themselves up again if they'd already fallen down. The sprint required entrants to do just 15 minutes of activity on 27 days in the month of August, and that activity could include yoga or meditation or walking. And as much as we love incidental exercise and fully encourage it otherwise, this 15 minutes had to be separate to that. There was a few other tricks thrown into the sprint with the aim of helping entrants revisit their nutrition and to appreciate the health-giving qualities to oneself when giving healthy meals to other people in your life, unexpectedly. This year we threw in a surprise 4th solo challenge, asking entrants to play the role of a personal trainer and to take 3 of their friends on a 15-minute or longer exercise session. This really was about enticing people to experience the fun of exercising with their buddies and allowing entrants to reap the benefits of being a leader, an organiser, a teacher of physical activity. Sarah, a second-time entrant, actually also became a personal trainer during this challenge. Congratulations to you, Sarah. And at the top of our 8, in first place, congratulations Rebecca, a return entrant who 4 years ago included into her 4 activities golf and hiking up the steepest street in New Zealand, Baldwin Street. This year she went rafting, to a step class, Tai Chi and boxing. She also ate a Japanese dessert, buckwheat groats, a turmeric latte and tried coconut milk for the first time as part of her 4x4 foods. Although she got sick during Tri-July, she came good and managed to nail it out. She completed her sprint to the finish and she played personal trainer. Well, she'd actually already set up her personal training classes. Not being part of a team or having a group of other entrants around her for the 20-week challenge, she'd set up the Friday walking group called the Friday Frolickers. In her report, she told us, 4 years ago, I entered my first 20-week challenge. This time, for the first time, I decided not to make the challenge about too many massive goals, but to set more small, realistic goals that come hell or high water, I was going to stick to. Or the dream of living a healthy, relaxed, fulfilling lifestyle would never happen. My work commitments were at an all-time high, and I knew it would have to be a low-pressure commitment to be attainable. As we live rurally, I actually sought out a personal trainer who could travel to me, which saved me about an hour travelling each time. My plan was small, sustainable changes. 20 minutes, 5 times a week was okay, and it was going to be way better than what I was currently achieving. What a fantastic journey I have had. I started a Facebook page to keep me accountable, and the encouragement from my friends and the 20-week challenge community has been great. I've also had the support of my last 2 personal trainers, as well as my current one, and my family, of course, have been big supporters. This time I really looked at the whys. Why am I here at this point? Why do I eat the foods that I do? And why do I want change? This 20-week challenge has been my best yet. Not only did I lose weight, which was not a major focus for me, but I am stronger than I have been in my life. I look healthier, I feel healthier and more confident. I have time for myself, my family, to sit and relax, to soak up the sun and enjoy the sunrises. I now exercise consistently, little and often, in a variety of ways to keep it interesting, and it's no longer stressful. I've tried new activities and foods which are now part of my life, and I've started a weekly walking group, catching up with friends. Thank you to my fantastic boys and to my awesome husband Heath, who has been a pillar of strength for me. I couldn't have done it without you.